Viewmasters, it's the podcast that we do. Viewmasters, talk about movies that we view. Viewmasters, my friend Eric and me Joe. Viewmasters, hey, let's start the show.
Hi, welcome to the Viewmasters, episode 337. My neighbor Totoro. My name is Eric.
My name is Joe.
Hello, Joe.
Hello, Eric. I think I see what you're doing here. And it bothers me.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Do your thing.
I did it.
Okay. It was good.
Alright.
I wonder if the English dub that's how they deliver the dialogue. Do they match the energy of the original performances?
Oh, or just go the opposite direction?
Yeah, could be.
That would be weird.
That would be interesting.
Because at least it feels like the animation keeps pace with the vocal performances.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. That's not something that I'd ever really thought about as far as dubs go.
Yeah, we could have watched the dubbed, but I chose not to.
Yeah. Well, I chose not to.
Well, that is
true. And
true.
then you chose not to.
Yeah. I did ask you first, since it was your pick.
Yeah.
But I made the arguments that I would prefer to watch the original language.
Yeah.
As I do with most foreign films.
I'm glad that we watched it in the original language as well.
Yeah. But after a bit of information you just gave me, plus our hypothetical discussion here, and the bit of trivia that I read just before we started, now I'm pretty curious about the English dub.
Okay. So the bit of trivia that I gave you is that it's Elle Fanning's screen debut.
Right.
But I'm assuming that is for the Disney dubbing.
Probably, yeah. Is it on Disney Plus as well?
I don't think so.
Okay, alright.
It's just on Max, but I'm pretty sure that just based on what I cursory read,
Okay.
there are a couple different dubbings of it, and the latter, more commonly found one was done by Disney.
Okay. I was surprised that this movie is as old as it was.
Me too.
I'm also surprised by this entire movie in general. I had zero idea what it was about, what I was headed for, etc. But the bit of trivia that I read on the Wikipedia page just before we started was that the original English dub, released in 1989, was handled by Atroma Pictures.
Right. Yeah.
The studio what brung you Toxic Avenger.
Among other classics.
Poultrygeist.
You lost me.
Sergeant Kabuki Man.
Okay, sure. Why not?
Others. James Gunn.
Etc. Wait, the head of DC Films, James Gunn?
Yeah, he got his start at Troma.
That's cool, I did not know that.
First movie he ever directed was a Troma film.
Nice.
Tromeo and Juliet.
Okay. Sure.
It's about heroin.
Naturally.
Sure.
Baz Luhrmann's version of Romeo and Juliet, also about heroin, that you never actually see anyone shoot up. That's just what it feels like to watch that movie.
I'll take your word for it. Because I'll never watch it.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, it's not for you.
Nope. Closest I've ever gotten is the brief scene in Hot Fuzz.
Yeah. Do they watch Romeo and Juliet in Hot Fuzz?
No. There's a stage performance of it.
That I do not remember. But I love that.
I believe it's Stephen Merchant and Lucy Punch.
Okay, sure. Oh boy. Yeah, my favorite thing in Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet is the first scene where we see someone draw a gun, and then there's a fast zoom on the gun, and you see that it is a sword brand gun.
Okay.
Because guns are standing for swords
Sure.
in this movie.
I read, I think we even reviewed it on Gutter Trash, the Prince of Cats.
Yeah, the Ron Wimberly.
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
Yeah. Which I think is like a side story to Romeo and Juliet.
I think so, yeah.
But also set in like modern day, sort of neo-futuristic, like very Afrocentric type setting.
Yeah.
I didn't care for that either.
Okay.
It was very pretty to look at, but
Not a Shakespeare guy is what I'm hearing.
yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I think the one Romeo and Juliet thing that I've ever really connected to was Ryan North wrote a Choose Your Own Adventure version of Romeo and Juliet. And,
Right.
I really enjoyed that.
I did enjoy that as well. At least the paths that I've read of that.
Yes. Yeah. Can't read all of them.
There might be some real stinkers in there. I'll never know.
Yep. I think I got to like 2 satisfying endings and said, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, definitely.
Time to return it to the library.
Oh boy. My Neighbor Totoro.
Yes.
Yeah, so I didn't know anything about this coming in either. I knew it was this. Well, I guess, okay, I did know some things.
Well, sure,
I
yeah.
didn't know anything about the plot of this.
Yes, yeah.
I knew it was a Studio Ghibli film. I knew it was, or at least I was pretty sure it was Miyazaki.
Yeah.
Miyazaki joint.
Yeah. As he likes to call them.
Right.
Famously.
Right. And I knew there was some sort of big monster.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah. I've had to draw Totoro a few times for various people, so I knew what it looked like.
Yeah.
I have seen the still image of him waiting at the bus stop.
Right. Iconic,
Yeah,
if you will.
sure. And I knew he was just sort of a giant bunny cat thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really know what he was.
Yeah. And still not entirely sure what he is.
He is the king of the forest.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the movie doesn't really center around him.
Not really, yeah. I mean, he plays a part, but he is the neighbor of the main characters.
Yeah.
Which is fitting,
Yep.
given the title. The titular Mai is who we're more interested in.
Yep. The neighbor Totoro part, he's like Larry from Three's Company.
Exactly like Larry.
He just shows up and causes a little bit of chaos. Maybe helps Jack out a little bit, but otherwise it's about the three.
Okay, that's actually a pretty apt description. You're not wrong. I was skeptical at first.
I can pretty much tie anything into Three's Company.
And specifically to Larry. It's impressive.
Big Larry fan here.
Yeah, I can tell.
Modeled my whole life after him.
Uh-oh, I'm sorry. That was the wrong choice.
Well, I grew up pretending to be gay, so
Yeah.
I've done my Jack part.
Sure. This took a turn.
Speaking of turns, I thought this movie was going to take one, and glad that it did not.
I was so pleasantly surprised by how low stakes this movie was. Yeah, definitely thought the mom was gonna die.
Yep.
Really, really glad that she didn't.
Same.
Oh boy.
I almost red flagged it
Yeah.
when we find out she's in the hospital.
Uh-huh.
I said, this is not going to be good.
Yeah. I almost Googled it. But I was so certain it was going to happen, I was like, I don't need to Google this. Obviously. Mom's in the hospital, she's going to die.
You just steeled yourself and...
Pretty much. The best I could, which was not well.
Right?
At all. It's been a rough week.
Yeah. You've had a rough couple of years.
I have.
We've talked about it a
It's
little.
true.
Yeah. So and even when they go to visit her, I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
What's her deal?
Right.
Apparently just a cold.
Or tuberculosis?
Maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you read that?
No, I did not.
Yeah, I looked at IMDb trivia.
Okay.
And apparently some of the movie is semi-autobiographical for Miyazaki.
Okay.
I guess his mom had some form of tuberculosis that kept her in the hospital for 7 years.
Oh, shit.
While he was a kid.
Oh, okay.
It was like she had to be in a specific hospital. I think they called it a sanatorium, which is not a sanitarium.
Right.
But it's a specific hospital that I guess is out in the countryside.
Mm-hmm.
And so they move out to the countryside. It's sort of implied that that's what she has. So yeah, some sort of tuberculosis that I guess she got over.
Okay. His mom.
His mom, yes.
Okay, good.
And I mean, it looked like, just based on the credits, if we're to believe that the end credits are scenes that took place after the action of the movie.
Yeah.
She goes home eventually.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that.
Me too.
Real glad.
Gonna go with that.
Everybody lives, everybody's happy.
That's true.
Forever.
Yep, forever. Even Nanny lives forever.
Yep.
And she's old as fuck.
And creepy as hell, too.
She's really creepy.
Did not enjoy her when she first showed up.
If they did some sort of anime Superman thing, they should just use her design for granny goodness. I think that'd be pretty perfect.
Yeah, she kind of fit in with the My Adventures with Superman show.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of proto-anime type thing.
It is pretty similar. I noticed, or at least what I perceived as a similarity of design between Lois on that show and Setsuki in this movie.
I can see that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Totoro is their version of Lex Luthor.
Exactly. Wait, has Lex been on the show yet?
He has not. No, yeah.
Okay. But maybe, who knows?
Monsieur Mala was on, though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I think I've seen 3 episodes.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm pretty far behind.
I think that's the 4th one where Brain and Monsieur Mala show up. So,
excellent.
Yeah, they're a fucking delight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they just a bickering old married couple?
Kinda.
That's what they should be.
Kinda, yeah. Just one of them is also just a real harsh, not a Nazi, but a harsh German.
Sure.
Yeah.
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 Safe bet.
Yeah. Yeah, they are delightful in that show. That show is just absolutely delightful.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really glad that it's good.
Me too.
And also very glad that they're able to pull off the Superman Clark Kent feeling alienated and out of touch with humanity without being a mopey fuck.
Yeah, that is really nice.
Yep.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yep. In your face, Snack Zider.
Oh boy.
Totoro.
My neighbor Totoro.
He is fucking adorable.
What? I loved him. I want to sleep on him.
Yep. He frightened me at times.
Yeah.
Everything in this movie frightened me at times.
Yeah.
The movie gets a little creepy occasionally.
There are some what I felt like David Lynchian vibes at times.
Yeah. And also the other David Cronenberg at one point.
Okay.
There's a cat who is also a bus.
So you're talking about the cat bus?
Yep. It's got some real body horror stuff happening.
It's very strange.
I mean, he's adorable and very helpful, but also did not care for him.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very Cheshire cat.
Yeah.
With way too many legs and a hollowed out body that you can ride in.
Yep. And a third eye that also tells you where you're going.
Right. Well, that's the thing on the bus.
Oh, sure, yeah. I know what it is.
Okay.
It's just, I'm just thinking
He's a bus, Eric.
anatomically, he's also a cat.
Okay.
He is a living creature.
That's true. That's very true.
Whose side opens up wide.
Where is his nervous system?
To swallow people whole. I don't know.
Maybe that's what all the extra legs are for.
Could be.
For extra storage space.
This movie is delightful.
Oh, I loved it. It was so good. It it was, like I said, just the low stakes kind of comfort.
Yeah.
That it was great. And I was interested to read that it was paired with Grave of the Fireflies on its initial release, which is the opposite of this movie.
What a 1-2 punch.
Right. That's a real Barbenheimer.
Yeah, do you watch it before or after?
I don't know.
I've heard people who do the Barbenheimer thing that you do Oppenheimer first and then finish off with Barbie.
That's what I've heard as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will not do Oppenheimer because fuck Christopher Nolan.
I would like to see Oppenheimer, but I haven't seen it yet.
But perfectly fine with just Barbie existing in the world without any other pairing.
Yeah.
But yeah, wow, I would not watch Grave of the Fireflies paired with anything.
No. Well, I mean, you wouldn't know at that point, probably.
I guess not.
I would hope they would show Grave of the Fireflies first,
right,
and then finish with this to sort of let you down easy,
right?
Restore your faith in life itself, maybe.
Yeah, I would hope.
Yeah.
I mean, there were a couple of moments where I thought it was going to get real Grave of the Fireflies-y throughout.
Yeah.
But luckily it did not.
Yeah.
Again, the whole imminent thought that mom's going to die certainly hung over the movie for quite a while.
Yeah. Also, at one point thought maybe May was going to die.
Yep. I believe both movies do have a lost girl at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yep.
I would assume, though, if the little girl had died, that this movie would maybe not be as beloved as it is.
It's a fair point.
Or having a child murder in it. Or otherwise some sort of child death.
I mean, that is a really good point, and you're probably right. Yeah, because even though we didn't know anything about the plot of this movie, we know of its reputation.
Right.
And certainly, yeah, if a little child dies, we probably would have heard that by now.
I feel like it would have come up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like all discussion of how cute Totoro is would have been asterisked with also a child dies.
I mean, and I won't lie, I honestly thought Totoro was going to eat her at one point.
It seemed like he might.
At the very least, accidentally.
Yeah.
Because he's got a giant mouth.
Yes.
And
a gaping maw, if you will.
Yes. And frighteningly human teeth.
Yes. So good.
I do not like my animals with human teeth.
No, was this a Sonic situation for you?
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, I hope if they do a live-action version of this that he has human teeth.
Well, I mean, they'd have to honor the legacy of the original design.
But, make it, really human teeth.
Oh, yeah.
With plaque.
Gross. Oh, boy.
Yes, Grave of the Totoros.
Oh, man, I hope they never do a live-action version of this.
Yikes. Yeah, me too. I fear what that would look like.
Yep.
I feel like Totoro would quickly turn just horrifying.
Yep. I can't imagine Miyazaki as the type of person that would just allow that to happen either. Yeah. So, I feel fairly safe,
Hopefully.
Even though this is only our second Studio Ghibli movie, I feel protective of it now.
I think they're committed to the animation.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're probably okay.
Yeah. Blank Check did a series on Miyazaki.
Oh, nice.
And I didn't listen to... I think I listened to the very first episode and then just did not listen to any of the rest. So yeah. I knew nothing about any of the other movies he's made. But I did watch one. I don't know if it was a Studio Ghibli or not, but it was his first movie. It was a Lupin movie.
Oh, okay.
The famous thief character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I thought was, enjoyable. It's like a Indiana Jonesy Tintin type situation.
That's cool.
So I'd recommend that. But yeah, I didn't. I've never watched any other Miyazaki. He didn't do Grave of the Fireflies, right?
I don't remember, honestly.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't think he did.
I know it's a Studio Ghibli movie, but I don't think it's a Miyazaki per se.
Yeah.
He seems to be more focused on the fantastical and whimsical than the finally crushing depression of wartime death.
I'm looking up right now. I know there's another, like the first anime movie that I ever saw was called Steam Boy.
Okay.
And I can't remember if that was... No, that was Katsuhiro Otomo. That's why I saw that, because he did Akira.
Okay.
And I was like, I knew it was somebody. I couldn't remember if it was Miyazaki or who it was. So, anyway, never mind.
That's fine. Interesting. I've never heard of Steam Boy.
Yeah, it was alright.
Alright.
Yeah, it's like a kid gets a rocket pack, basically, that's powered by steam.
Alright.
It's pretty neat.
I mean, I'm on board.
Yeah. Yeah.
More so than Akira.
Right.
Which I've never watched, because it's like 17 hours long.
I don't think it's that long, is it?
It feels like it's pretty long, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there are different cuts of it.
There probably are. I think it's a Blade Runner situation.
Okay. I only watched the work print of Akira. And then the 4-hour documentary.
Is the work print just a flip book?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, it's just storyboards with music.
Or is it just read the manga?
The manga is 17 hours long, for sure.
It's a hefty volume.
It's like 7 or 8 books.
Yeah. Never read that either.
I have read all of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it good?
I remember it being really good, but I could not tell you any of the details about it because it's been a while.
Sure. I know Tetsuo is got a mutant arm.
Yes. And Kaneda has a cool bike.
Yep. I know that there's a giant laser from space at one point.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much all you need to know.
Okay. I'm good.
You've got the cultural touch points.
I'm just waiting for the live action. Starring Keanu Reeves.
That's interesting. Okay.
A thing that was going to happen at one point. Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
Oh.
Totoro. So a family moves into a house in the middle of the country. And then eventually find out because it's their mom's got tuberculosis, apparently.
Yes.
But they're exploring their new house, and there are creepy ghosts everywhere. Mm-hmm. Which honestly did frighten me.
You did the little dust mites?
Yep.
Or the soot spreaders, I guess they're called.
Yeah.
They look like little spiders.
Sure, yeah.
Kind of like little simply drawn spiders.
Yeah, not a fan of that. When they first appear, they act like cockroaches.
Yes.
And I was not on board whatsoever.
I did not care for that at all. Yeah. But then once we saw them a little more clearly, and they have little faces, or at least little eyes.
Yeah, they're kind of adorable eventually. Yeah. But at first.
Right.
Like when May sticks her hand in the wall, I thought, oh, fuck.
Yeah, she's going to lose that hand.
Not going to go well. I thought, this is the origin of Totoro. She turns in, like, they devour her and turn her into a giant monster. Because, again, knew nothing about this movie.
Right. I think I knew pretty quickly, just based on some of the early scenes and the music and stuff, like, this wasn't going to be a hard horror movie. Like, I feel like that's relatively easy to pick up on.
No, it is. But, it doesn't necessarily shy away from being scary at moments.
No, definitely not.
And I think that's one of the things I really liked the most about it was that, it is fully a children's movie.
Yeah.
But it's also, not afraid to... I don't want to say get adult because, there's no hardcore anything in it.
Yeah.
But, it gets a little frightening, a little tense at times, and, and they think their mom's going to die at one point. May gets lost and they think she's dead at one point. It's not afraid to get dip into darkness a little bit.
Yeah.
And of course, when we see Totoro for the first time, Mei falls in love with him immediately, but he also is presented as kind of scary.
Yeah, definitely.
Until he warms up.
Yeah.
And then when he fully sort of reveals himself, he's just a big cuddly bear.
Right? Yeah, kind of a big doof.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved it. Relatable.
Yeah.
Big hairy doof. Standing there with his little umbrella.
Yeah.
And a leaf on his head. I love him. I love Totoro.
He's great.
I want a Totoro. And I want to be Totoro.
I mean, you're pretty much there to be Totoro.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never seen you get real happy at, rain hitting an umbrella.
That's true.
But
if I have an umbrella, I'm happy.
Well, sure, yeah.
That's nice. I'm not getting wet.
Hey, did he steal that umbrella? Did he ever bring that back?
I think he just kept it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. He just kept it.
All right.
Took it home with him. It's fine.
Yeah. I guess kind of an offering.
Yeah.
He is sort of, like you said earlier, he's kind of the god of the forests.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a wood sprite.
Yeah.
Just a cuddly, giant wood sprite.
I really liked throughout how Mei and Satsuki?
I think so, yeah.
How their dad just plays along with them.
He is a good dad.
So good. So nice. He's not there was a minute where I thought he's gonna he's working and May's running around and I was like, no, keep an eye on her.
Yeah.
But he's not neglectful at all.
No.
He's just doing the best he can with two kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Pretty much by himself.
Yeah.
And apparently he works at a university. And he has to go in at times.
Yeah.
Which is honestly one of the more tense parts where he doesn't come home.
Right.
But then...
Can I tell you what I thought when he didn't come home? My thought was oh, he was arrested. The government thinks he's a dissident. And then he was arrested and these girls are going to have to fend for themselves now. And then their mom's going to die. And they're going to have no one to turn to but Totoro.
I thought that he was dead.
Yeah.
There was some sort of accident, and then he just wasn't coming home.
Yeah.
And then the mom's going to be whether she died or not, she'd still hospitalized.
Right.
She can't take care of them.
Yeah.
And then yes, they would be left on their own and probably die.
They have to live with Nanny. And the boy whose name I don't remember. Kenta, maybe? Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. No, it was fine. He just missed his train.
Yep. Yeah. I like how we both continued to think throughout this movie that it was just going to get real dark.
That's life.
It's true.
Things going one way, and then all of a fucking sudden, things are going another way.
Yeah.
This movie is coddling garbage. It's not being honest with its viewers. No, it's fine. It was great. I loved it.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But I do kind of wonder, would we have enjoyed it even more were we not just such cynical pieces of shit?
I think I enjoyed it so much because I was expecting it to take a horrible turn.
Okay, alright.
And then it just didn't. When the credits started to roll, I literally said out loud, hell yeah! Everything's good. This is wonderful. It just felt nice for everything not to go horribly wrong.
This is a very nice movie.
Yes. Very nice.
I just... I don't know if I felt this happy watching a movie outside of Barbie,
Yeah.
which also made me feel great existential dread.
Yes.
but also made me feel good.
Yeah.
But this was that without the existential dread.
It was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was great.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say about it. It's great.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like you said, it's so low stakes. There's no real plot.
Yeah.
They're just running around being kids. They find a giant monster and become friends with him, and then eventually there's sort of a plot where they get a telegram that something's wrong with the mom, and then they freak out, and then that's like the last 20 minutes of the movie.
Basically, yeah.
It's also a very short
lost.
movie.
Yeah, it's a tight hour 26.
Yep.
That was a nice discovery, too.
It was.
But yeah, May getting lost and then everybody looking for her is really, like, as much plot, I guess. I mean, it's mostly just about the kids dealing with, moving into this new area and meeting Totoro, and their mom's in the hospital, and how's that going to go for them? And,
right.
Yeah.
And just kids being adorable.
Just sort of slice of life.
Yeah.
With a big monster that everyone loves.
Yeah.
By everyone, I mean me.
And me.
And you.
Yeah.
Everyone on this podcast.
I don't like kids, but these children are adorable.
Yeah.
They're a little loud. A little loud for my taste.
Oh, yeah, May, I thought for sure May, like you said, was going to get eaten by Totoro.
Yeah.
And she's just, like, on his chest, screaming in his face.
Reflecting back to when she earlier is on her dad's chest screaming in his face.
Right.
To wake up.
Yeah.
It's just like, my kid should be punched in the face.
That part actually reminded me of Chaco. Trying to wake you up.
Which happened earlier today.
Right.
Yep. There's a lot of parts of this movie that reminded me of Chaco. When May sees the two little mini Totoros and starts chasing them through the field, I thought, that's very cat-like.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then I feel like at one point, Chaco actually meowed at a point in the movie.
Yes, he did. It startled me.
Yeah, just before he jumped on top of me.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then slept on me the rest of the movie.
Good kitty.
He's good sometimes.
Yeah.
And so far, not banging on the door.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm trying to decide if I would ever watch this again. I feel like I probably would.
Yeah.
I would be interested to watch it with the dub to see if it's as effective.
I'm definitely interested in that, and I feel like, I don't watch too many movies on my own over again. Like, I feel like if I forgot what this movie was about, and, but remembering that I liked it, I'd be like, okay, well, it's time to watch this again.
Yeah.
Or, if I was with somebody who had never seen it, and it was just like, yeah, this is like the right thing to watch at this moment. Yeah. But that would not be my girlfriend because she has actually seen this movie before.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Which is funny. I spent all night last night organizing and cataloging all my bootleg DVDs.
Okay.
Got like 4 spindles of DVDs that I copied from back when I had a Netflix disc subscription.
Gotcha.
And would hit the red box on occasion, or when there was a family video around.
Gotcha.
Like close to 400 movies.
That's a lot of movies.
Yeah, and I weeded out some that I have subsequently bought the actual copies of on Blu-ray or whatever. Okay. I do buy things.
Sure.
Yeah. There was about a spindle and a half worth of those. Maybe 2 spindles worth.
That's not bad.
Yeah. But my girlfriend was interested in seeing the list of these bootlegged movies, and sent her the link to it. And she was like, "Oh, might as well just call this the list of movies I've never heard of." And then She asked me what movie we were watching today. I said, My Neighbor Totoro. And she said, I've seen that. I was pleasantly surprised.
Well, you're welcome.
Yeah. She said she's also seen Ponyo.
Okay.
Yeah, which I've also heard good things about.
I've heard of that, but I feel like I don't know anything about it.
I don't know anything about it. It's, I think, another Miyazaki movie.
Okay.
I know our friend Jeremy Hoyt was very excited about it when it came out in theaters.
Okay.
I feel like, for some reason, went to a movie with him. I don't know what.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. Must have been a Mavericks outing of some sort.
Yeah, I would assume so.
He and I don't usually hang out solo.
Yeah.
And there was a poster for Ponyo, and he got real excited.
All right.
Yeah.
Good for him.
I bet he knows a lot about My Neighbor Totoro as well.
Probably, yeah.
We have special friends.
Maybe I'll ask him about it next time I see him.
There you go.
Probably not, though.
Okay.
Oh, good movie.
Very good movie.
Yeah.
Really, it's so pleasant.
Right.
Just real pleasant.
Exactly. Again, love Totoro.
Yep.
Want a Totoro.
Same. Could do without a cat bus.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I had to ask Chaco, why aren't you a bus?
He doesn't have enough legs.
He does not, and he's not useful.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, cat bus was super useful.
That's true.
He knew exactly where to find May.
That is true.
And then took them to the hospital. That cat's on top of shit.
Yeah. Literally.
Yep.
Running on top of things.
Yep.
Oh, boy. Oh, what's bringing you happiness this week, sir?
Organizing all my DVDs, I guess.
That is nice.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah. Discovering all these movies that I have copies of that I wasn't quite sure I had copies of. Yeah, that's also nice.
That is nice.
You know, and some of the ones I'm more excited about are ones that, I know just are not available.
Nice.
So,
Excellent.
Justified in my piracy.
Yeah. You really are. You really are.
You know what? If I'm going to hell, I don't care.
Yeah. If you're going to hell for pirating movies,
yeah,
then the whole system of heaven and hell is broken.
I agree.
Yeah. It's invalid.
It's a victimless crime.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Despite what ads say.
Yep.
Especially during the strike now, we should really be pirating everything so that the producers don't get shit.
I agree.
Yeah. Stick it to them.
I mean, also, if you really consider it, buying used copies of things is also kind of a form of piracy.
Definitely.
So,
Yeah. Which I do that all the time.
Same.
I am a pirate.
Pretty much exclusively.
Yar.
Just a rare instance of buying a brand new movie.
Oh, boy.
What about you, sir?
I went to a concert last night.
Oh,
that
what'd you
was
see?
real nice. Saw a band from New Zealand called the Beths.
Okay.
Yeah, they found out about them earlier this year. They did an NPR Tiny Desk concert.
Okay.
And were just delightful. And they were playing at a small venue down in Cincinnati. So my lady friend and I went down there and saw some live music last night.
Oh, that's nice.
It was real nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were, the venue was so small, we were real close. It was awesome.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Just, what type of music? I've never heard of them.
They, what type? I'm terrible at describing types of music.
Okay.
I guess indie rock.
Okay.
New Zealand indie rock.
Lots of songs about hobbits.
Uh-huh, yeah, primarily.
So very Led Zeppelin-y.
Yes, yeah. But more accurate to Tolkien's vision.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Are they a lady band?
They are a lady-fronted band, so
okay.
It's a quartet. The lead singer is a woman, and then the rest of the members are men.
Is her name Beth?
Yes.
way to take control, baby.
It made me wonder if maybe there were originally 2 Beths and then one devoured the other. There can be only one. There was a quickening of sorts.
I like this mythology.
Yeah, me too, actually. Yeah. I don't know what happens in New Zealand.
Nope. No one does. It's a mythical place.
I'm into it.
I'm into it. I think Totoro's live there.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. So yeah, that was great. I was excited to see them. I've only been into them for a few months. So usually once I get into a band, it's years before I'm able to see them.
Sure.
So the turnaround was real nice too.
And especially if they're from New Zealand.
Exactly.
Like how what's the word I'm looking for?
Fortuitous?
Yes.
Yeah.
There we go. That they happen to come to Cincinnati of all places from New Zealand.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
And I happened to hear about it because I listened to linear radio, which is mostly a curse.
Sure.
But occasionally a blessing, because I happened to hear about it on YSO one day, that they were going to be there, and I was like, well, I'm going to go buy tickets to that immediately, and I did, and that was like 3 weeks ago.
Nice.
So, yeah.
It's serendipitous.
Definitely. Serendipitous is better than fortuitous.
Yeah. That was probably the word I was looking for.
Probably.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't know that I would necessarily call YSO linear radio.
No?
Just because they are, public radio.
Well, sure, okay.
Like corporate radio is pretty much awful.
Yeah.
I was in physical therapy today, and they had the Jack FM playing over the station, and it is a whiplash, which I guess is fine if you're in physical therapy.
Right. I get it.
Yeah. Just the disparity of totally mediocre hits being played is just it is not good.
Yeah.
Can I plug something?
Please do.
I have a podcast.
What?
It's called The Viewmasters.
I was going to say, I think I've heard of this. We might be on it right now.
I do it with my friend Joe Grunewald.
Who?
My friend Joe?
That douchebag?
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking hate that guy.
Most people do.
Yeah, I know.
He's the worst.
It's nice to be in the majority about something. He sucks.
But in addition to that, I also do another podcast.
Oh, okay.
And at the time we're recording this, only one episode has come out. I have recorded 16.
Right.
They are bi-weekly. I'm honestly good through February.
Right.
To not record anymore.
Excellent.
But I will continue to do so. It is called Gutter Trash Pirate Radio.
Okay.
Speaking of radio.
I see the connection.
Yeah. And listening to just whiplash tones and music. I sit here, I play my iTunes on shuffle. Weird shit will just pop up randomly, and then I'll talk about it afterwards.
Nice.
Every episode is roughly about an hour long. I've got like 3 episodes dedicated to our friend Jason Young.
Okay, sure. He's a music lover.
He is a music lover, and he has listened to every episode that I've recorded, because he travels quite a bit.
Right.
And needs stuff to listen to.
Yeah.
So it's literally, at this point, I am doing this show for an audience of 1.
I'm sure he appreciates it.
Yeah, he does. And even though there's one episode out there publicly for consumption, he is still literally the only person to have listened to it. So
I listened to it.
Okay. Yeah.
I listened to a preview of it.
Yeah.
So I didn't get the official listen count, I guess. Yeah, I'll play it in the background.
That's fine.
At some point.
Yeah. It may not be to your personal tastes.
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are some episodes that are far more hardcore and metallic than, even I would prefer.
Okay. Interesting.
I've discovered that I enjoy the diversity of different things that pop up when they do. But when an episode is mostly just rock or metal, I'm just like, this is kind of too much.
Okay. Gotcha.
And there's only so much that I can say about it. But I also try not to talk a lot, but sometimes we'll just go off on rants that are sometimes very depressing.
Oh, God. Fantastic.
gtpr.guttertrash.net.
So it's basically just like a late night radio program.
Yeah, kind of.
Awesome.
I just wanted to. I've had this idea for a very long time, and I've just never decided to do it. But then I started listening to a podcast that is doing it, and decided, well, fuck, if they can do it, I can totally rip that off.
I'm pretty sure that's how podcasting works.
Yep.
Yeah, you hear someone else do it and think, I could do that,
yep.
And then you do it.
I mean, that's how Gutter Trash started.
Right.
Listening to Around Comics and the Crankcast said, hey, we could do this.
And a podcast network was born.
Yep. And we're now three shows strong.
Hey, you know what? That counts.
It does. It's networking enough.
Right.
So please go listen to that. I'm having fun recording them, and clearly I do not do this for any kind of monetary gain. This is entirely just for my own enjoyment.
Yeah.
Just like doing this show is just entirely for the enjoyment of seeing movies with my friend Joe and talking about them afterwards.
That fucking asshole?
Yep.
I hate that guy so much.
I mean,
why do you do a podcast with him?
It takes a special kind of person to be able to hang out with him.
Always thought that.
And, he's great in very, very small doses.
Mm-hmm.
But after 2 hours or whatever, I'm done.
Reasonable. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm me again, and yeah, that totally checks out. Do you have a movie in mind for next week?
I do. How would you like to watch a movie that makes you feel real bad?
Oh, no. Okay, I guess.
I mean, I can't say for sure, but from what I've not seen this movie, but from what I've heard about it, it's not a feel-good.
Okay.
It is called Star 80.
Okay.
I believe it's a biopic.
Okay. Oh no.
Of a model who may have had terrible things happen to her.
Oh, jeez.
Directed by legendary song and dance man Bob Fosse.
Okay. Interesting.
Not a musical.
Yeah, okay. What's happening? Let's fucking watch it.
Okay, I mean, feel free to veto if you like.
I'm good.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I mean, it's short. It's like an hour 40.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's merciful.
Yeah. It's on Max if you want to watch along.
Okay.
HBO Max.
Yeah.
Whatever you prefer to call it.
Right.
Okay. Star 80.
Excellent. Next week.
Next week.
Terrible things.
Probably.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to The Viewmasters. You can subscribe to the show directly at our websites view.guttertrash.net or on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Visit our website at view.guttertrash.net for information about our Twitter and Instagram. Once again, thank you for listening to The Viewmasters. We'll see you next time.